Hi, y'all know what time it is. Actually, it's a day late. Garden tour number 8, I think. It's a little bit rainy today, so hopefully I get it finished before all the rain soaks my camera. Noodle beans are really starting to just grow all over the place. We now have 3 vines up and beans are just growing like crazy. We also have gotten some of these potato cucumbers growing, and we actually tried one and it tastes really good. It's actually really juicy on the inside. I'd say peel the skin because it was a little crisper than we like, but it did not disappoint. Got a little bit of sickness going on. I just came through and sprayed with neem oil, so hopefully that helps. This trial lima bean plant really just kind of took off more than I actually had expected. It's almost all the way up the trellis now, so it'll be fun to see if it even produces anything. Cantaloupe is really starting to take off, or golden delicious muskmelon. We have some little baby buds here, and I actually just noticed that we have a big old melon right there. So that's exciting. We are getting some melons. Oh, and other than this prickly weed right here, there is actually another one coming in right there. The fun of growing things when they all bush up like this underneath the trellis, it's kind of hard to see what you've got. Plants are looking pretty good. Here's those peppers that Jay got given to him, the ghost peppers. They're looking real good. Hydrated, obviously, from all this rain. Plants over here, and this patch of zinnias. Guys, this is 2 plants. So if you've never grown zinnias, do not place them too close to each other, because this is 2 plants. That's it. I started 2 plants, and this thing is massive. It's about waist high to me, and I'm cutting flowers every day. It just keeps blooming. It's beautiful, but it's kind of trying to take over these peppers over here. There's 2 rows of peppers here, and this bush is kind of leaning into them. So if you've never grown zinnias before, just know they get really big and really bushy, and they're really beautiful. Then we have some okra plants. Look how big these things are. You see this? They're massive. They're getting huge, and we've actually gotten a few okra. Nothing enough at a time yet to really make anything out of, but enough to have a couple here and there for fresh eating. And then we've got some of these Reza Macedonian peppers growing in, and if you look close enough, you'll see it's already starting to get its lines. Now these will turn a dark reddish color, but it's got this really neat little edging on it. Then here's Jay's Aztec zinnias. I keep coming in and cutting them, but the flowers on them are like the size of my hand. They're super cool. More peppers here. These are the Brazilian starfish. Here are my variegated coxcomb. Now aren't these so cool looking, guys? Like, just, would you look at that? It looks so neat. and fluffy. Super cool. Our Chinese 5-color peppers have taken a very long time to really kick off, but we finally have some growth and a couple of little peppers coming in. And isn't that the prettiest little purple pepper ever? It's adorable. Can't wait to see all of these bloomed out with different colored peppers on them. So this is what I meant by don't plant too close to each other, because this is like, I don't know, 20 zinnia plants right here. So I'm just gonna have like a forest of zinnias, which I'm totally fine with because they're beautiful, but I don't know that they're gonna be super happy about it because they have to fight with the other ones for space and nutrients. I kind of guess that's what happens when you get a little overzealous with the seeds, huh? I came through a while back and just kind of, I don't know, probably 100 seeds right here just mixed between all of the different zinnias I had, so it should be pretty. Guys, there's some goods and there's some bads, and this is obviously some bads. The zucchini plant we had that was so big and so beautiful and just giving us zucchinis every other day was attacked by by squash bugs. Well, I've never grown squash or zucchini. This is actually my first year to grow either of them because I wasn't a big fan, which now I am. They're actually really good homegrown. Not a fan of the store-bought at all. No, I just don't like the flavor of it. But homegrown was completely different, and I was very excited about these plants. One, because I've never grown them before and they were doing so great, and two, because they finally got some pretty good flavor to me. But I have never dealt with squash bugs, and honestly I didn't know what they looked like, but our plants, as you can tell, obviously got attacked by them. Their eggs are like a bronze color underneath the leaves, and they just kind of attack really quick. Comes kind of out of nowhere, and so far I haven't really found a whole lot of good remedies to help, you know, get them gone, other than to pick them off and either squish them or throw them into soapy water. So if you know of a way to help with squash bugs, please, please, please let us know below, because I really don't want to lose all of our squash plants and our pumpkins to squash bugs. We spent hours out here picking them off and still lost an entire plant and have some issues with a couple of other plants. There's new zucchini plants coming in, so that's a plus. We'll still have zucchini, hopefully. But this squash plant also got hit by the squash bugs, and we were out here for a long time picking. So hopefully we got them all, and it pulls through and we can get some more squash. I was able to freeze a couple of squash after eating lots and lots of it, but I would still like to have more before the end of the year. Would you just look at how beautiful this has turned out so far? It is growing massively and just kind of taking over, and then it has just these beautiful little yellow flowers popping up all over it, and I'm so excited that we did this. I can't wait to see if we even get any of the loofah gourds off of it, but even if we don't, it is still a very beautiful statement in the garden. Guys, here is what you've all been waiting for. Probably not really, but I'm pretty excited to show you guys, okay? This is that exact same plant. This is the same sunflower plant I've been showing you every single week. I almost can't touch the top. Hopefully you can see that because I'm too short to see. But it's getting its head and is starting to open. I'm so excited. It's huge. And there's another one right down here, just as big. I look taller than it now, but right next to it, it's huge. Super excited. Oh, sweet tomatoes. So, as you know, we lost quite a few. I haven't come in with scissors to pick any suckers. I've actually been waiting for the suckers to get big enough to really start cutting them and growing new roots on them, and then planting them into the ground to try to get some more tomatoes out of it. But I think I finally have some plants big enough to really grab some suckers off of, this being one of them. This one is looking a little sickly at the bottom over here, so we're probably going to come through and cut off a little bit of this down here. But I'm so excited. Look, this thing is finally starting to get some blushing on it. It's starting to get that yellow color to it. It's so big. I cannot wait for that thing to be done so I can weigh it and let you guys know how big that was. Then we have these over here, and they're ripening really well. It won't be long before these two are ready to come right off the vine. Super exciting. Just starting to get blushed tomatoes everywhere, and those that don't have blushed tomatoes are starting to grow us new tomatoes. So it'll be exciting to finally get some tomatoes out of here. Tiny little slow growing itty bitty cucamelon plant is finally just going everywhere, and it's still so itty bitty. Look how tiny those leaves are, and it's just this itty bitty fragile looking plant, but it's really starting to get somewhere, so that really excites me. Hopefully we can get something out of it. Today is probably one of the first cool days we've had in a little while, so we will be coming through and actually de-weeding all of my okra, pepper, sunflower jungle over here. But we do have okra just kind of popping up everywhere that we've been eating, so it won't be long before we finally start getting enough to pickle. Pretty exciting. And look at my pumpkin jungle. Do you see this? Can you even believe it? It is just massive. I so badly want to get at least one pumpkin this year, so I might kind of be babying this area here a little bit. But one extremely exciting thing I want to show you. First pumpkin! So we've got a little bitty baby pumpkin growing. Hopefully I can care for it like a real baby, and it'll grow and turn orange, and we'll have our first ever homegrown pumpkin. Fingers crossed, everybody. Our watermelon over here is, ooh, the wind is picking up and the rain is starting to come in, so I better hurry. Our watermelon area over here is getting nice and lush and vining out all over the place. There's a little bit of yellowing right over there. Not sure the cause, but I've came through with some neem oil just to be safe. We do have some little bitty melon buds all around the area. Not very big yet, but bud nonetheless. Hopefully we see some watermelons growing in here pretty soon. There could be some bigger ones, but looking on the ground like this is a lot harder to see. Last year I trellised it all, so I seen like every little bud possible, but this year it's all on the ground, so it kind of hides itself. It's like a scavenger hunt of melons. Then we have the corn, which is still growing really good. The popcorn actually seems to put off like 3 to 4 ears of every stalk. I'm not sure if that is normal for that, so I'm probably going to do some research because it is our first time to ever grow that kind of popcorn. but that's kind of cool that it has so many ears. Our Peaches and Cream gives you 1 to 2 ears per stalk, and that's kind of normal. So that's what we're used to. And then we have our morning glories we planted, and they're really starting to vine up, so I'm excited to see them grow up this and fill out and do what we had actually planned. So there's really not a whole lot left in here, and I'm kind of chasing through the garden so that we don't get rained on. Something ate all the leaves off of my pumpkin plant, or not my pumpkin, sorry. Something ate all of the leaves off of my potato plant, so I don't know if we'll get potatoes out of it or not. I don't know if it had already started making potatoes. I guess later on we'll go through and dig through the hay and see if it even gave us anything. But that's what's going on here. We got some melons, we got some cucumbers, we got some beans, we got a pumpkin, and lots of other things starting to happen over here in the garden. It is really starting to look lush and full, other than where the squash bugs decided to destroy it. And I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. Too bad I can't share the flavor with you. Cut it up and just hand it to you through the video, huh? But if you haven't tried some of these things, let us know and we'll tell you what they taste like. Thanks for joining us. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Please share it and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye guys.